on the first floor too. Stop the nonsense. Stop the nonsense. You gotta pay when you get out, but damn. You know. I gotta ask a question.
Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day. Digital finance, unlearning a love, serving food, what those two, rising as a read and it, Eastern on P2G TV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
All right. Grand Rising. Welcome.
Hey,
Welcome out to Pay It Forward Friday. Ooh. Man, look. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Did you forget what it was called?
Yeah.
Grand Rising, everybody. How y'all doing? Y'all see it's one of them days. What's up? What's going on today? Friday, y'all.
Yeah. The brain was locked in Wednesday. Talking about, oh man, what a day. I am so excited.
We had a lot of fun on Wednesday, didn't we?
Yes, we did. This week is Harlem Week, if you guys don't know it. Harlem Week, so there's gonna be big things going on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
In the village of Harlem, for lack of a better term. And so if you're out in the New York City area and you want to go check it out, go ahead, check it out, see what's going on there. I just got some.
I'll be back in the nick of time, y'all.
Oh man, so today is today is truly a Pay It Forward Friday, because what you're gonna hear today is something your parents always told you when you go to the store. Make sure you do your math. Do your math before you go to the store. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to tell you guys, take your pen and your paper and get ready for it. I'm not going to say too much more than that. Rue, you want to tell them a little about something about where you at right now and how's it going before we get started?
So as y'all can see, my surroundings is different. I got lots of sunshine coming in because I'm where the sun goes to live. I'm in Georgia, y'all.
At the piano bar.
I'm going for real though. It is relentless. It's like it got the planet, the sun just followed and said, I'm gonna be in Georgia this week. So I've been getting all the sun, y'all. And it's been an amazing time, having an amazing time out here supporting my sister in her education, furthering her education and getting her piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I think we want to make sure folks know, it's time to level up for all of us. It's time for us to level up in our education. And when I say education, maybe some of it's not formal. You need to learn some new skills. Well, everybody's like, oh, well, it's about this money. Well, where you think finances come from? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to learn how to be useful in so many ways. You get where I'm coming from? So that we can build and grow the future. While everybody else is feeling like the world is coming to an end, you building a new bridge. Let's go. Got it? So, Mr. Thomas, speaking of which, you picked an amazing video today. I'm digging now. I'm really digging. Y'all sit back, relax, and get your education on so that we can have a great conversation afterwards. Don't forget, I don't care how, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, all right? Y'all should have your pen and paper out. No, we getting our thinking caps on so that we can make the day a whole new place. So y'all know how we do. So newer here, this is what we do. Get your pen and paper, sit down and get this information and write your notes. And then come back with your questions. Come back with your comments, because this is going to be an earful. Let's go. Mr. T, thank you.
Every single day. Maybe you earn a decent salary. But somehow, by the last week of the month, you're counting coins, skipping meals, or borrowing from friends just to survive until payday. You tell yourself, I just don't make enough. But deep down, you know that's not the whole truth. What if the problem isn't how much you earn, but the way you handle every dollar that passes through your hands? This is the story of a man who was drowning in debt until an old shopkeeper taught him 4 simple math rules that changed the way he saw money forever. Stay with me until the end. In a mid-sized city where people rush to work every morning and rush to spend every evening, there lived a 29-year-old man named Victor. Victor worked as a junior accountant at a logistics company. He earned a reasonable salary, not luxurious, but more than enough for a single man to live on. But Victor had a problem. No matter how much he earned, his bank account was always near zero by the 20th of each month. He lived in a modest apartment shared with a roommate. His clothes were new, sometimes too new. His phone was the latest model. His weekends were filled with restaurant dinners, online shopping, and impulse purchases he forgot about within a week. The irony was painful. Victor was an accountant. He managed other people's finances at work every day. But his own money? It slipped through his fingers like water through a cracked bowl. His coworkers often said, "Victor, you're so good with numbers. You must be great with money." He would laugh and say, "Of course." But inside, he felt like a fraud. His older sister, who lived in another city, called him once a month. She was a school teacher, earning less than Victor. Yet she owned a small apartment, had savings, and never worried about bills. "Victor, have you started saving yet?" she would ask. "I will, sis, next month. Things have been expensive lately." It was always next month. What Victor never told anyone was this. He was carrying credit card debt that had been growing for 2 years. Every month, he paid the minimum. Every month, the interest added more. It was like trying to empty a bathtub while the tap was still running. And the worst part? And he didn't even know exactly how much he owed. He was afraid to look. Some nights, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, the same thought circled his mind like a trapped bird. "I make money. Why am I always broke? What am I doing wrong?" He didn't know the answer, and that scared him more than the debt itself. One Friday evening in October, Victor went to buy groceries, basic things, rice, eggs, vegetables. At the counter, he tapped his card. Declined. He tried again. Declined. The cashier looked at him. The person behind him in line shifted impatiently. Victor's face burned red. He mumbled an apology, left the groceries on the counter, and walked out with nothing. Standing outside in the cool evening air, he checked his phone. At 3 notifications, an overdue credit card payment, a late fee on his phone bill, and a rent reminder from his landlord. His total bank balance, $11.40. That night, he sat alone in his apartment. His roommate was out. The kitchen was nearly empty. He opened a can of instant noodles, the cheap kind, and ate in silence. Then his sister called. "Victor, I need to tell you something. Mom needs dental surgery. It's going to cost around $2,000. I can cover half. Can you help with the rest?" $1,000. His mother needed $1,000. And he, a man with a full-time job, couldn't even buy groceries. He said, "Let me check my finances. I'll call you back." He hung up and sat still for a long time. Then something broke inside him. Not with sadness, with shame. He whispered to himself, "I earn money every single month. Where does it all go? I can't even help my own mother." The next morning, a Saturday, Victor did something unusual. Instead of sleeping in, he walked to the old market district near his apartment. He wasn't sure why. Maybe he just needed to think. He noticed a small stationery and bookshop He had passed 100 times but never entered. The sign was faded, the paint was peeling, but the shop was clean and organized. Inside, behind the counter, sat an elderly man in his 70s. He wore simple clothes, reading glasses on his nose, and was writing numbers in a thick ledger, by hand. Victor browsed the shelves, not really looking for anything, but the old man looked up and studied him with quiet, sharp eyes. "You look like someone who is good with numbers but bad with money," the old man said gently. Victor froze. What makes you say that?" The old man smiled. "Because I was exactly like you, 40 years ago. Sit down, I'll make tea, and I'll teach you something that no school ever will." Victor sat on a wooden stool across from the shopkeeper. The tea was warm, the shop was quiet, and what the old man said next would stay with Victor for the rest of his life. The shopkeeper took a blank sheet of paper and drew 4 symbols: a plus sign, a minus sign, a multiplication sign, and a division sign. "Young man, everything you need to know about money can be found in the 4 operations you learned in primary school: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division." He pointed to the plus sign first. "Most people think addition means earning more. That's only half true. Real addition means adding things that protect and grow your wealth." He wrote a short list. Add knowledge. Learn how money actually works, not just how to spend it. Add the habit of tracking every dollar that comes in and goes out. Add an emergency fund, even a small one, so that when life hits you, you don't crumble. Add extra income streams, even tiny ones, so you're never depending on a single paycheck. He looked at Victor. "Tell me, do you track your spending?" Victor shook his head. "Do you have an emergency fund?" Victor looked down. "No." "Then you've been doing math with only half the numbers. You can't solve the equation if you don't know what you're working with." The old man pointed to the minus sign. "Now, subtraction. This is the hardest one, because it requires you to be honest with yourself." He leaned forward. "Subtract emotional spending. Buying things because you're sad, bored, or stressed. Subtract the habit of spending to impress people who don't actually care about you. Subtract every subscription, every monthly charge, every small leak that drains your money without you noticing." He picked up an old teacup from the shelf. It had a tiny crack at the bottom. "See this cup? If I pour tea into it, the tea leaks out slowly. You don't notice at first, but after an hour, the cup is empty. That's what unnecessary spending does to your wallet. A coffee here, a subscription there, a gadget you use twice. Small leaks, big losses." Victor stared at the cup. He thought about his streaming subscriptions, 3 of them, all running at once. His food delivery orders, the gym membership he hadn't used in 6 months, the new phone he bought when his old one still worked. Small leaks, every single month. "How do I find the cracks?" Victor asked. "Write down everything you spent last month. Everything, then circle the things that truly made your life better. Cross out the rest. That's your subtraction." The old man pointed to the multiplication sign. "Multiplication is not about getting rich overnight. Forget that fantasy. Multiplication is about consistency." And he drew a simple example. "If you save even a small amount every month and put it somewhere it can grow, a safe savings account, a small investment, over time, it multiplies. Not because of magic, because of patience. Build skills that increase your earning power. A new certification, a side project, a freelance skill, each one is a multiplier on your income. And the most powerful multiplier of all? Passive income, money that works while you sleep. It starts small, maybe just a few dollars a month. But over years, it grows into something that gives you freedom. Finally, the old man pointed to the division sign. Division is the art of giving every dollar a job before it arrives. He drew 4 boxes on the paper: living expenses, savings, investment, emergency. When your salary comes in, divide it immediately. Don't wait until the end of the month to see what's left. By then, there's nothing left. Divide first, spend what remains. He added 2 more boxes: learning and giving. Set aside money for your own growth, a course, a book, a tool that makes you better, and set aside something, even a little, to help others. Because money that is shared returns to you in ways that numbers can't measure. The old man put down his pen and looked at Victor seriously. I've run this small shop for over 40 years. I never became wealthy, but I never went hungry. I put my children through school. I own this building, and I sleep well every night. Not because I earned a lot, because I followed these 4 rules every single month, without exception. He pushed the paper toward Victor. Take this, go home, look at your finances honestly, maybe for the first time. Apply these 4 operations, do it for 3 months, then come back and tell me what changed. Victor held the paper like it was something precious. Why are you helping me? He asked. You don't even know me. The old man smiled. Because 40 years ago, someone helped me, and I promised I would pass it on. That Saturday night, Victor did something he had avoided for 2 years. He sat down and wrote out every single debt, every subscription, every monthly expense. The total shocked him. He was spending almost a third of his salary on things he didn't need or couldn't even remember buying. He started with subtraction. The cracked cup, while he canceled 2 of his 3 streaming services. He deleted the food delivery app from his phone. He paused his unused gym membership and started jogging in the park instead. He stopped buying coffee every morning and started making it at home. The first week felt uncomfortable. The second week felt strange. By the 3rd week, he barely noticed. At the end of the month, Victor had money left over for the first time in 2 years. Not a fortune, but something. And that something felt like proof. He moved to addition and division. He opened a separate savings account and set up an automatic transfer on payday, a fixed amount every month before he touched anything else. He created 4 simple categories in his notebook: living, saving, emergency, growth. Every dollar had a destination before it arrived. He also started tracking his spending daily, just 5 minutes each evening, writing down what he spent and why. It was a small habit, but it changed everything. He became aware of patterns he had never noticed. And he began reading 1 book about personal finance, then another, not complicated theories, simple, practical knowledge about how money works. In the 3rd month, Victor started thinking about multiplication. He used his accounting skills to offer freelance bookkeeping on weekends, just a few hours for a small local bakery that needed help organizing their records. The pay was modest, but it was a second income stream he had never had before. He put a portion of his savings into a simple, low-risk investment account, not trying to get rich, just letting his money sit somewhere it could grow slowly. By the end of 3 months, Victor's life looked the same from the outside. Same apartment, same job, same clothes. But everything underneath had changed. His credit card debt was shrinking for the first time in 2 years, not because he earned more, but because he stopped the leaks. His savings account had a small but growing balance. He had an emergency fund that could cover 1 month of expenses, and he had sent his mother the money she needed for her surgery, on time, without borrowing from anyone. One Saturday morning, Victor walked back into the old bookshop. The shopkeeper looked up and smiled. "You look different, Lighter." Victor sat down. "I followed your 4 rules, every day for 3 months. I'm not rich, but for the first time in my life, I'm not afraid of my own bank account." The old man nodded. "That's not financial success. That's financial peace, and peace is worth more than any number." Victor pulled out his notebook, filled with 3 months of tracking, plans, and small victories. "Can I ask you one more thing? Why did you write your numbers by hand in that ledger, when computers can do it faster?" The old man tapped the ledger. "Because when you write every number by hand, you feel it, you respect it. Money is not just math, it's a relationship, and relationships require attention." My friend, Victor's story is not about becoming rich, it's about becoming free. Free from the anxiety of not knowing where your money went. Free from the shame of not being able to help the people you love. Free from the endless cycle of earning and losing and earning again. Here's what most people misunderstand about money. The problem is rarely how much you make. The problem is that no one teaches us the basics. We learn algebra in school, but not how to manage a paycheck. We learn history, but not how to build an emergency fund. We learn science, but not how to stop spending money we don't have on things. We don't need to impress people we don't even like. So remember the shopkeeper's 4 rules. Addition. Add knowledge. Add tracking. Add savings. Add extra income. Build the foundation. Subtraction. Remove emotional spending. Remove wasteful habits. Remove the leaks in your cracked cup. And be honest about what's draining you. Multiplication. Save consistently. Invest patiently. Build skills. Create streams of income that work even when you rest. Division. Divide your money before you spend it. Give every dollar a job. And don't forget to divide some for learning, for giving, and for the future. Here is your challenge. The same one the shopkeeper gave Victor. Step 1. Tonight, sit down and write out every expense from last month. Every single one. Don't judge, just observe. Find the cracks in your cup. Step 2. Tomorrow, when your next paycheck arrives, divide it first. Set aside savings before you spend a single dollar on anything else. Even a small amount. Start the habit. Step 3. Choose one thing to subtract this week. One subscription you don't use. One habit that costs money but adds nothing. Remove it. See how it feels. You don't need to earn more to live better. You need to understand the money you already have. Victor was an accountant who couldn't manage his own finances. If he can learn, so can you. It doesn't take a finance degree. It takes 4 simple rules, a notebook, and the courage to look at the truth. The shopkeeper said something that I want you to carry with you. Money is not just math. It's a relationship, and relationships require attention. Give your money attention, respect it, direct it, and it will start working for you instead of disappearing on you. If this story gave you a new way to think about your finances, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Maybe a friend who's always broke before payday, or a family member who never learned these basics. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of the 4 rules do you need to start with? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? I read every comment. Let's learn together.
All right, Grand Rising.
Yeah, that one was powerful.
Was that fire?
Yes.
Was that
Yes, it
fire?
was. Yes, it was.
Oh man, that's why I said,
Had me.
that's
My
back to
pen has
basics.
not stopped yet.
Back to basics. BC the warrior, I see you out there, brother. Grand Rising to you. Watch yourself on those
Hey,
miles.
babies.
Oh man, so let's start with the simple part. Let's start. How many people realize that they have a leaky cup and they don't know where the leak is coming from? I'm seriously, who? I mean, think about it. Is your cup leaking? Is Do you know what you owe? Do you know what's in your bank account? Or are you
Mm,
too afraid to look at it
mm,
because you don't want to know what you don't want to that what you think you can't deal with? And that's a reality for a lot of people. They don't look at their bank account because it's not what they want to see. The numbers aren't there. But the numbers aren't there because you didn't put them there. And that's the one thing you got to realize. I'm gonna. All right, Grand Rising, my brother. I see you out there. Appreciate you.
I remember when, and I remember those days because where this all came from, where the digital financial literacy program, P2G, the whole business of P2G, which is pennies to gold, came from, was this mindset. You found a video, Al, that speaks directly to our origins.
Yes.
I share with y'all all the time. I don't wake up like I used to. Before financial literacy, I was terrified and I didn't know it of my own bank account, of paychecks. I was terrified of when it all stops. What I am aware of is that it all stops if you don't have a flow that you control. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to some of y'all.
Do you guys understand what
That
flow
if
is?
you don't control the flow, y'all go, oh, I got a job and I got this and I've been here for that amount of time and they owe me this. My love, there are no guarantees outside of what you put in place. I learned that the hard way. I told you we got 30 years, but we ain't always been it ain't always been happy.
And it always been
You know what I'm
cookies and
saying? We
cream. I'm
have had to
very
learn
serious.
our lessons in life, our lessons in life separate.
I'm very
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Thomas and I love each other very much today, but it wasn't always the love story. It was the life story. And the life story taught me that for me, from my portion, was that I have been living almost as supplement to Mr. Thomas because I was his wife at home. And that was unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, gentlemen, that was unrealistic. My husband went to work. I had a little side, I had a little business at home, but he was the major income. And I would manage that and never had savings. None of us ever had savings.
no, not for a
Then on
very
top
long
of that, now
time.
this is before financial literacy. I mean, and I didn't get financial literacy till I was 40. So we 25 deep in years, almost 30, we up into our 30 almost before we even get financial literacy. How many of y'all will start today and not waste another moment? Will take
See,
control of your peace of mind with finances. Because that's what that video spoke to me, Mr. Thomas. I don't know about you,
look,
but that's what
look,
I got.
I was thinking,
I got that I am the key to my peace of mind and these steps. Go ahead, baby.
man, I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, he said a couple things that sang volumes to me. Like I was sitting in the choir and like, wow. He had a balance of $11.48 in his bank account. But that wasn't so much that was sung to me. The fact that he said you go to school, they never teach you how to really do a budget. They teach you formulas and math, and none of them relate to you managing your finances. You can do an algebraic equation, you can do science equations, but none of them tell you in those equations tell you that you have to save money, prepared to manage a lifestyle that is required of you if you want to get ahead and actually live a life worth living. And I was like, I was dumbfounded by it because like, wait a minute, this was an education system that our parents depended on us going to and getting something from it, and not realizing they weren't towing the line. And because we didn't know they weren't towing the line, we took it as status quo and we got all we thought we were getting. And we got out in the world and like you said, 25 years later, we figure out what financial literacy really looks like, and understanding that there are certain requirements that don't really happen, that didn't really happen when it was supposed to happen. Because as we go along, I'm reading books now, and I'm like, New York City. What can I tell you? I'm reading books, and the years that you put in, the early years are the most important. The early years you may make less, but those are the years that you um, solidify your game, for lack of a better term. In the younger years is when you learn, and if you learn it in the younger years. So wherever you are, I'm telling you now, it's your younger year. And even if you're 40, 50, 60, and you've never heard this conversation, these are your younger years. A little bit at a time goes a long way. And then the other thing is that I really want people
I
to
want
realize. What I just want, last thing I want to get out there is, and I think I said this last week when we were talking, get rid of subscriptions that aren't paying you. If you're not making anything from it and it's on your debt clock, get rid of it. That's all. And Rude, I'm done. Go ahead.
no. I just realized we're talking about this on a Friday. Most of you just got paid,
Yes.
and you'll think, "Oh, I'll do it next week," and that's going to be the nail that basically the nail in your coffin for literally poverty. The nail in the coffin is as soon as you say, "Well, I got everything here, there, and there. It's already done." No, you control what's done. Go put that, say, I don't care if savings looks like $5. Take it out of the bunch and stick it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're saying to yourself is that I'm not worth $5. My future is not worth $5. My mentality, my peace of mind is not worth $5. My security in finances is not worth $5.
And that's
When
scary.
y'all say I'll do it later, later doesn't exist. Later is a heartbeat you can't account for. And at any time can be
Very true.
taken away unnecessarily. And for those who live in a selfish mentality where you are I don't care because I'll be gone, that's a problem. I tell people what happens if you survive? Because if you survive with that mentality, like I'll do it later, I don't have enough money. Baby, you always had enough money. As long as you have any money,
You have
the
enough.
key to the first step to this is to actually start. And we put words, Chris. I see you, baby. Thank you for mentioning that. Procrastination. People don't like words like that, but you live into them, and your life is a result of it. You wait. You don't like procrastination? How about procrastination is basically you digging your hole, digging your closer to your death. How would you like to be living the walking dead? Because you're financially dead and you are the one digging the hole and putting the dirt on top of yourself.
Mm. What
Every
a
time you start, every time you say later. Later is another shovel on top of your future life. So you don't get out. You don't dig out, you're digging in. And I want to share something with you guys. I don't have the, so I remember walking around like that guy. I share my story with you guys. I don't know how many of you know, but I was a part of a anthology. So I actually have written a book, a portion of my book that shares this very story. For me, when it was my time to realize that for some odd reason, I worked and I worked, my husband worked, I got some income. Then when I didn't work, so I was broke when I didn't work, and I was broke when I worked. Didn't make any sense to me.
Not really.
I didn't have any money, then I got a job, I didn't have any more, still didn't have money. Anybody recognize that needs to understand the first thing that man said, addition, add knowledge.
And
The
knowledge.
first thing he said was add knowledge. First thing Robert Kiyosaki says before you buy anything, financial literacy, go find somewhere to learn about finances. I'm telling you now, I'm on this ground level with you, not so much the same, because you'll see me in the streets, but we are not the same. Something's different. My smile is a little brighter. My heart is a little lighter, and there's a reason for that. I can smile. Hey, some people call me Miss Sunshine.
Yes, yes,
And why?
yes.
Because I created sunshine in my life to where I don't have doubt. I don't have to have doubt. I do worry about others, but I realize that the key is sharing. Feeding people doesn't take care of it.
No.
I now learned how to teach people to fish. That's that knowledge. So I consistently educate myself so that I can keep passing on knowledge. That's why we built P2G. That's
And
why we invite y'all to come into a new conversation. That's the beginning of knowledge. Asking questions.
you
Asking
know,
questions will change your life. But who do you talk to? Do you talk to the people been passing you down the same information that's got you in the same place? Most of y'all will.
because y'all think they
Have you
know
learned
something. No.
anything? Have you learned anything from anybody that you can put in place like that man did when he walked in that store? When he walked in that store, a total stranger told him, "You look like a guy who's good with numbers but bad with money." He called him out. And I'm gonna call you all out. Y'all look like people who's good with numbers but bad with money. And some of y'all are bad with numbers,
Yeah.
but you
Because
don't know what to do with your money. Some of y'all make a lot of it, and you still wondering why you got that man syndrome going on.
it's because
It's okay. And I'm
you
here to
spend
tell you it's okay.
before you get it.
It's not necessary.
It's a crazy thought that
Well, see, that's
private
the whole
companies.
thing. You don't know why because you don't know why because of information. That's all. I could tell you the reasons, or I can we can come to terms with what it is. You just don't know. And now it's time you get to the places where people know better. Until you add knowledge. I'm not here to give you all the answers. I'm here to lead you to how I found them so that you can find them for yourself. And people, I love when people talk about, that's for you, that works for y'all. No, it's a system. It works for everybody. It's the same system that millionaires use. I'm tired of, well, I don't know how to. So you can read, you can count. You got all the basics. You got it? If you can read and you can count, you got the basics. What don't you know that the rest of know? Oh, I'm not good with math, Mr. T. So what do we say to that? You're muted. You muted yourself.
I'm sorry.
Baby, you
I
muted yourself.
apologize. Thank you, dear.
We can't hear you talk any of this time.
I'm like, that's just another excuse you put on the table for saying I'll get to it tomorrow. All that fancy stuff that all relates to I'll get back to it tomorrow. but you're not guaranteed another breath in the next minute. Take a few minutes.
Thank you. It's another, like I told you, it's another shovel on top of your future, and it came out your mouth.
You don't have
That's
to spend
another
the whole
shovel on top of your future.
you don't have he said it, you don't have to wait to the end of the month to figure out what money you had to put in the savings. If you divide it if you do it from
Do it
Jump Street,
now.
you do it from Jump Street, automate it, and then this seems to be a standard conversation for people who are successful. Write your numbers down somewhere. Write them down. Don't put. You can get them in the computers afterwards, but write them down so you can actually feel the numbers in your hand. He said that, and I thought that was so powerful. I thought that was so powerful because you know what? Anything that you wrote back in the days when you were in school, the first thing they used to tell you, and they had spelling tests. Write it down 3 times each. After you wrote that word 3 times, don't you had to commit it to memory because you didn't want to write it no
Yours.
more, so you committed it to memory.
It's yours. Well,
It's,
see, the
it's
thing is
yours. You
that the
own that.
process
That's
of
what
writing is
it's
personal.
yours. Yes.
It's on it. It's an emotional process that takes place when you write things down. Your memory starts to work. You become connected to the numbers. And guys, I just want to share this with you. This goes along with your memories, your ideas. It goes along with um, perfect things that we just talking about. I wrote a song recently. I did a test because
Yes,
we
and
teach AI
let
creation.
me tell you guys, it
And
was
in it,
powerful.
I have people,
It was powerful. I
Mr.
loved it.
Thomas.
I,
Can
I'm
I
sorry.
finish?
I'm sorry.
He liked it
I
because it
love
was
you.
a love song for
I'm in love with this woman.
him. Yeah. So I'm gonna share this with you. I'm not sharing the love song. Y'all go on my site. Y'all go on Facebook and check out the song I wrote. And
Mm.
I've been writing music using AI. But one of the things and one of my keys is that I have to write down AI to follow you. I know I'm going in and out, but I'm going to share this with y'all. You have to learn that writing connects you. It's an emotional connection. When you connect yourself and you create the relationship between you and your numbers, your finances, it changes everything. You get to determine the flow of where your finances go, what's important, what's not, what feeds you. That's why we have this weekly conversation that we invite you all to. Once a week, we invite you to Wednesday night conversations. It's like being in the room with the family. Y'all ever say, I wish my family would get together and we could create a plan together to get our finances? We'd be powerful. Well, that's a conversation we have on Wednesdays. You see, you ask God for stuff, you don't actually go and look, you don't actually do the work and go to where it's happening. So when you show up, we talk about planning, we talk about things people are concerned with, processes. Last week, Mr. Thomas did a phenomenal job. How many of y'all showed up? Oh, y'all think the magic is me? Nah. Uh-uh. This a team effort. It's family. And the family's bigger than the two of us.
Yes,
See, when we
indeed.
get people in, like next month, we're gonna be doing so next month, just want to give y'all next month, I'm planning to invite my people who talk about and explain trust. Yeah, trust. The trust guy is coming on. I'll be inviting him to Wednesday conversation. How many of y'all gonna be in the room to talk about how to protect the money you got? How to basically take care of the information you already got going on, the stuff, those little numbers you want to protect.
Or you still in
Some
the
of y'all are in the
conversation I don't
space and
have
y'all
anything.
don't have an income. People go, I don't have an income. You don't know what you have till somebody else tell you what you actually are worth.
Hmm. Why do you
Because
think
you
people?
see from where you are, you're in the storm.
Yeah, it's funny. All businesses can take a look at you and make estimates on how much money you got, but you can't take an estimate on how much you're valued because you don't believe in you. You don't see your value. You're looking from the inside. Every other is looking from the outside. Can I see that?
And when
I
we
was
teach,
talking
I'm gonna tell I teach cyber safety, Mr. Thomas. When we teach cyber safety, don't we teach that your information is more valuable to a scammer because they know they can build a whole world you can't off your same information,
they can create an
all because
entire
they know more than you. People be like, I'm broke. I don't have this. No, but you got a car, you got a house, you got investments all in your name because you didn't know how to get it. Doesn't mean everybody else doesn't. That's why we teach cyber safety, how to protect your data. Because your data is more valuable because you don't know. It's
and
not
what you
even
don't
about,
know
see, I
too
keep
much.
telling you, it's not about, this is why the knowledge part is so important. The knowledge, the financial literacy, the literacy in general, because you don't know how to access what somebody else with other information will. And all they need is a new identity to put a whole new life in place and transfer it over to themselves privately, while
Absolutely.
you have to reap the consequences. How
Anybody
about we
ever
learn
got
how to do
with
that for
somebody
ourselves?
got a credit card that you don't even know where it came from? Got a phone bill that you don't know where it
Hmm.
came from? All these things, the people you
So
have
today we're going to do something.
the information out there. Like, I room, you know, I don't want to
Okay,
overtalk
it's work it out. It's work it out. It's Pay It Forward Friday. So wait. It's Pay It Forward Friday, and you know me. Pay It Forward Friday is a masterclass. So let's get started. We just saw a powerful video. First of all, Mr. Thomas, can you take the two possible futures down, please? Thank you. Put us back in. I need us to get down to brass tacks because it's time to take yourself seriously. If you in the house and you take yourself seriously, I need you to really sit down and do something. No more do we have you thinking about how you feel. Your feelings aren't included. Remember, he said subtract your feelings. Subtract the feelings. He said there's going to be a addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But we're going to sit down and we're going to do just addition and subtraction. The two things, knowledge. And the first thing you're going to add is knowledge. And the only way to add knowledge, this is step one for everybody and anybody. This is financial literacy 101. You are to sit down this weekend, take out a pad, paper, pens, a piece of paper, something, and you are to write down every expense from the last 30 days. I don't care if you got to find receipts. I don't care if you got to go through every app that you have spent money on. I'm telling you, go through your bank account, look at your bank records, go open your bank records because y'all don't even open those, and I haven't gotten one in a while, but you haven't and I don't get them in the mail, get them digitally. So I like to see up front next to each other instead of flipping papers. I like them numbers together. Now, if you behave and you come next week with this information on Wednesday night, you don't got to show it to me. I'll show you how to use Chat GPT to create a workflow to show you what your expenses are. I will do that for free, one session, so you can see what AI is doing. I will show you what to say and what to put in Chat GPT along with the entire workout. You can do it by hand, and I will show you how to have what you write by hand. Okay, translate it into Chat GPT along with whatever records, and you see it builds you a compilation and a basic structure of what you spend. See, because too many of y'all think that y'all got to have this kind of money and that kind of money. Knowledge is the key. If every billionaire, millionaire keeps telling you that financial literacy changed their world, that it's all about the literacy, how many times can you sit here and sit with what you've always thought instead of what the people who have what you want have been telling you got them what they got? How many times
it's
you gonna think you know better than the ones that got what you want?
they're
So
ahead of
I'm
the
gonna say
game.
it again. I'm gonna say this again. Wait. They want to know. He wants to know, and I want to give him this. This is your task. Your task this weekend is to sit down, get a pen and paper and a pad, whatever. I want you to sit down and write down every expense you have had, everything you spent this last month. Mr. Thomas, are you with us?
I am with it. I'm feeling like I'm
Mr.
trying to.
Thomas, he can't hear me.
Okay, there you go.
Mr. Thomas,
You're delayed.
every expense. I got you. Did you hear anything? Bye guys. I'm just letting you know I'm not in a regular location. I'm right now in Georgia and I'm utilizing the hotel's feed, and I appreciate that they have this. It's amazing at the Hilton out here in Atlanta. Is beautiful. But I want to make sure that we get the work done. Okay, like I told you, every Friday is a masterclass. This is going to be I'm giving you a task to help you get ahead. Your first thing, let's start today. You saving $5. That $5 does not get touched. It goes into a jar where you can see it. I don't care. Stick it in a jar. And people go, Miss Ruby, what you said? Stick it in a jar. We'll do something with it on Monday. Got me? You got $5 to be staring at this whole week that says future on a bottle. Future on a bottle. See, the only one, if you take that $5 out, you know you did it to yourself. Get yourself a jelly jar, an empty jelly jar, a mason jar, whatever, and stick that $5 where you can see it. Don't touch it. Be looking at it every day. Because two things are going to happen. While that $5 sticks in that jar, you are proud because it says future on the front and you did that. You finally have something you didn't have before, which was a future with your finances. Now, if you take that $5 bill out, it has the opposite effect. You feel bad. You have poor feelings. How many of y'all like to create guilt in your life for yourself? Nobody does.
Has no feelings though.
So how many of y'all gonna leave that $5 bill in there this whole weekend? Say, Mr. Thomas.
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna play the game with you guys. I'm gonna play the game with you guys. It's funny because I actually had a $5 bill sitting on the table today. I'm gonna play the game with you guys today. Right here. Here's my 5. We're gonna get it in.
Okay, look, bottom line. Now that can be $5, it can be 50, it can be whatever you say. But just put it in a jar. It sits there for the whole weekend till Monday when we come back and have a new conversation about this. Because I'm going to ask y'all about that $5. I'm going to ask you about what, how is it still there, how you feel, if you did something with it this weekend, but you have that $5 challenge. The next thing I want you to realize is that you have to this weekend, you got to have financial literacy. And the first step to financial literacy is, like that man said, you are going to add knowledge, financial literacy. Write every expense.
For the last 30 days.
Every expense. Not skip anything. I don't care if it was a candy bar. Everything you spent for the last 30 days. What you spent it on, what card you used, where you got it. Write it down. What it was, how much it cost. Okay? Because what's also going to happen, like I said, you can come to class. We're going to do a breakdown of your expense sheet. You're going to create yourself an expense sheet so you could see it. I'm going to teach you how to use ChatGPT just one time.
Oh,
this is
my
outside
God.
of our paid classes because we do great.
Now, that's funny, Rue, that you said that.
Okay?
That's very funny.
You're going to get one amazing. What happened?
Because I just pulled up, I was doing profit loss statements in ChatGPT for us. I was doing profit loss statements for our accounts. So it's like we're right on track.
Mr. Thomas. Okay, but we're not gonna get in too deep about what you've been up to because that's part of our class. You get the first thing. Have to create a cash flow statement. You need to see this. You need to see where your money's going.
Yes.
Before you can see profit loss, how about we see what we doing in the first place? So if you are, and like I said, if you're willing to, like I said, put your money where your mouth is. I do all the time. Put your money where your mouth is. And you can come in and literally get a mini class on Wednesday. Because Wednesdays are not classes, they're conversations, they're information sessions, they're where we gain knowledge from each other and build. Now I got my own stuff. I got my own ideas, things I'm doing right now in the world. But you know what we're missing? We're missing the network. So come on out where the network happens. Okay? Come on to a networking night that happens every Wednesday. Mr. Thomas, you can
Every
put it at the
Wednesday,
top.
y'all.
And I'm gonna give you some information before we leave. You could connect, you can get information, you could get you can come to the application of this stuff. It's amazing. Some of this stuff you will pay for your classes. You have to pay, you have to budget to pay for classes. Because if you don't pay for education, you staying in the same spot.
So,
Now,
real.
I'll tell you right now, nothing that I do you can't find on TV. You can't find on
Hold on
YouTube, rather.
one
Yes,
second, babe.
baby. What happened? What's going on? You're all good?
As that's Miss Philly reaching out to you guys. We can't forget the people on. We've been going at them. Shout out to the people on. Shout out to the people on LinkedIn, Clapper, YouTube, Facebook. We're on multiple streams. It's just we got to get that one in there. To the people, thank you for being on with us.
Who
We
was that?
appreciate you. That was Miss Minor, Grand Rising.
Okay, Miss Minor, how you doing, baby? Grand Rising. Love it. I love it. We got that because he's true. It's true. We are multi-streaming, and I'm really excited because I want people, no matter where you are, you should be getting the information that helps you grow. Our show is not like a whole lot of other shows. We don't come from a place that most people do. My show is not inspired by other people's shows. My shows are inspired by family, by my Tuesday night family conversations, that I realize that the people in our family and the people in the world are concerned about the conditions of the world and how it affects them at home. We know that the best way to get control of a changing world is having control of how you interact with it. Having your standards set so that it never changes your household.
Yeah, and you got to have control of self first.
Mr. T?
I think you got to have control of self first.
Right. So, and exactly. And that is something that is possible by just doing a few little steps. You start one little habit, the first habit, saving one little small amount, putting something away. I tell people all the time, ain't you worth a dime? They go, Miss Ruby, but 10% is a lot. Actually, it ain't nothing but a dime out of a dollar. What are you talking about? Ain't you worth a dime? See, you can feel however you want to feel, but baby, this is all about you. Having a future or not. Allowing your finances to dictate what your future looks like, or you dictate what it looks like by what you do with your finances. And what it has always been said is, it is not the amount of money you make, it is what you do with it when you get it that changes how it goes. And I don't care if, and it's so funny because when I was, I was 14 and I used to pick a young man up after school, right? My grandma got me this job because it was one of her neighbors who needed me to pick her grandson up. And I held on to him for about 2 hours after I picked him up from school and we came home. I made sure I got him and my nephew, him and my brother, youngest brother at the time, were close in age. And I would feed this kid everything. I didn't know about expenses, y'all. I didn't know nothing about expenses. So we feed him out my mama's house. And I made $12 a week doing that. $12 a week. Now, mind you, even at the time I was doing this, the year I was doing this, that was really low. That was really low for that. But it was some money and I was happy to get it.
Yep.
You know what opened up around that year? The 99-cent stores. 99-cent stores opened up. And for the first time, someone who was 14, I think I was really 13 about the time, I had earned enough money to be able to go to the store with my own money and buy things that mattered. Guys, I bought for the first time, I don't know why I did this, but I bought 45s, my favorite songs. I
Oh, go
bought
ahead.
with the from the dollar store. I would get little little things like knickknacks. I got into this whole glass phase and a ceramics phase where I buy little knickknacks from my room. I didn't know where that came from. I I live with I have siblings. I was one of four, one of five, and the funny thing is I wanted something of my own. I bought towels, y'all, like little hand towels. I didn't know any better. Now my mother stocked a house, our whole house had this stuff. But the minute I first got money, all I knew how and the idea of extra money. I used to go, I didn't spend it all because I like seeing myself have money. I was 13 and could hold on to $3 for the whole week. I little candy, penny candy bags.
Mm.
I had money during the week. I was working. Had now
Honey
had I
did.
had this new habit of real savings at 13, I may not be doing breakfast with the Thomases. I'd be doing Welcome America. Good morning, America.
Ah, hitting the 10,000,
The
changing it to
Thomases would be good. And we wouldn't just be the only. We wouldn't have got started now. We would have got started with this a long time ago. But you have it today. What will you do with it? You have it right now. What will you do with it? You have the knowledge of what to do, try it out, try it on, and come back to see how the results work, what you can do with it next level. So we're going to see in this next week how many of you all do it. Now, if you would like to meet us this weekend, we actually have a Saturday session that we do. It's Acquire, Build, Protect comes with the protect portion is extremely important to us. So we teach people about status correct Saturdays. This is a 7 p.m. get together that we talk to each other about estate building,
mm.
discharging debt and utilizing debt properly so that you can build your estate, how to create trust to protect your estate. And really, what is an estate? Do you have an estate? What does that mean? Right? So this is a new conversation for people who have been wondering, hearing about something. And by the way, we don't sell anything. If you want this information pack, we'll get you the information to you. But I'm not here to, this is not a conversation to sell you something. This is an area where we actually do the work.
Yep.
We are creating a movement.
Yep.
And for those, you cannot, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't move if you ain't involved with the movement. You understand where I'm coming from? There's no membership, you're being sold. Now I'll let you know now. I will refer you to organizations that take this to the next level because I love my network. I value my network so much. And that I know has been the power of P2G the whole time. But you got to make it there. This is a free conversation, community conversation. The Zoom is up there. Come on in, check out the website. If you go to p2gnetworks.com on there, you'll see this flyer, and all you have to do is click the link under it. You will have the free access to the Zoom to go in at or 7 p.m. for that time.
Yes, indeed.
Everyone, you can do it right now if you want and set it up. Please save it to your Google Calendar because I tell people, oh, my Miss Ruby, if you save it to your Google Calendar, the link will be right there, and you just come in on time from your calendar.
You won't have a problem
That's
anymore.
how it works. If you have any trouble, hit the I need help button on the website. If you have any trouble, hit the I need help button on the website, and it comes straight to myself and Mr. Thomas. We'll respond back to you and help you get set up. We love you guys. We do this as a labor of love, and we are building. I'll tell you right now, my lifestyle is always built on the lifestyles of others. enhancing. And I love it. I don't leech off of, we build together. It's a big difference when everybody's eating from the same big pot as opposed to people pulling from someone else's.
Stone soup.
Let's get it popping. And definitely you're gonna need to pay for your education. You're gonna have to, just like we have tuition. And until you start putting some finances into your education, you won't be able to pull finances out of your education. Y'all understand? And that's that. This is what I love, because this is financial literacy. It's digital financial literacy taught in a way that P2G has mastered creating and disseminating the information. It's not going to be something you use once in a while. It's going to be something that you're going to be using on a consistent basis, knowing when to make the moves, how to make the moves, how to find the moves to make, having the knowledge for yourself, how to really research and get into locating information in this new digital world for you, and the skills to use all of the tech. That's what comes with us. And keep it safe. There is not one account I have set up without a security and safety on it. And I don't touch your tech, you do, so that the next time you need help, you already know what to do. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate it, you being pulling everything up. Guys, we love you. Wonderful weekend.
You were on point today. It was the 5 conversations.
We love you so much.
I want you guys to really take into consideration and follow the
everyone
steps
out here.
Follow the steps to the masterclass. Get your $5 up and ready. Go into your bank account, your tap accounts, write down everything you spent for the last 30 days, and come join us on Wednesday.
Yes.
Come join us on Wednesday.
Okay.
So that is it for us today. Baby, I will see you next week. That is it for Breakfast with the Thomases.
Yeah.
Pay It Forward Friday. If you missed it or you want to share what you heard with somebody, share our link. Please do. We always appreciate people who share. Let me see. What's that one we got? Here we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Get notified to our next show. We'll see you back here on Monday for Mental Wellness Monday, and we got another hot podcast worth of information for you. We're out of here.